For 105 years, Catholic Community Services has lived its mission of compassion and service by sharing the light of hope with men, women, and children of every faith, lost in the shadows of poverty, addiction, and disability. Meet Yusef, a former security guard who survived a series of devastating losses thanks to life-saving services. All it took was one phone call to CCS.
I found out that my kidneys were failing and I needed dialysis, so I went into the hospital. The chair means a clinic. They don't release you from the hospital until you have a chair.
We recently signed up a client. He was a younger gentleman. He was going to dialysis 3 times a week.
I just couldn't pay the bills because I wasn't making no money at all.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we would pick him up in the morning, drop him off, and another volunteer would come and pick him up. Those appointments last about 5 hours. A couple months go by, and I get a call from one of our intake staff. Well, this client called in and said, I need to cancel all my dialysis appointments.
I had to get out of the apartment I was in. I was being evicted.
I immediately called him and said, how soon are you being evicted? And he said, next week. Living on the street for you is not an option. Stopping your dialysis is not an option. You will die. He said, I am going to have to live on the street. I have nowhere to go. I've got 2 bags ready to go, but I don't know where I'm going to be. And I don't want to waste your program's time.
I got a call from Rusty in Volunteer Services one morning, and she had a client that had canceled all of his rides for his dialysis appointments, and come to find out that he was getting evicted. And it was pretty short notice on our part, so she called me to see if we could find him a shelter bed somewhere, and we ended up getting him into the Nativity House here in Tacoma.
It was by the grace of God because it all fell right in place. It was like there was never a time where I missed the dialysis.
He has access to case management, 3 meals a day, showers, a bunk.
He's had the support he needs, and I think he felt very alone when he called at first, because he had tried several organizations.
Could see him kind of transition into being more comfortable, I guess, at the shelter, because when he first came, he just sat over by the dish pit and didn't really talk to anyone and didn't say anything, and he has really opened up, and like I said, he sits right by the front door. He's one of the first faces I see every morning. It's just important. The work we do is very important, and the money and the resources that we receive from the Appeal for the Poor goes a long way within our program.